Peace, family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I want to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about how everyone wants to be on demon time when your angels is gonna ride for you. You know, your ancestors, whatever terminology you use to show your spiritual connection to your family and your spiritual being, community, and tribe that you ride with, you know what I mean? And we all understand that this demon time thing has become extremely prevalent. It's extremely like one of those things that you hear people use demon time as much as you hear people use the word narcissist, you know. And they both go hand in hand together, so we're not here really to distinguish or dispute those. But everybody want to be on demon time when your angel's gonna ride for you. Most of us understand when you start walking the way of life of the creator of natural law, you know, just following not these man laws that they got set up. When I say not following them, I mean everything's on a percentage scale. You're going to not follow maybe 60 to 70%, but the other man laws you're going to follow. Some of them is needed to kind of orchestrate, but y'all get the point. But check this out, right? A lot of people feel as though their parents wouldn't protect them. A lot of people feel as though their brothers and sisters and relatives wouldn't protect them. A lot of people feel as though their communities and their tribes wouldn't protect them. If you feel that way, you're entitled to it. But the way this realm operates, especially when you connect the spiritual and the physical, which is always connected, but then once you can formulate the understanding of that connection, then you'll understand that most healthy parents is never going to let anything happen to their children. You know, most healthy siblings that's vibing with the right team is not going to let anything happen to their siblings. You know, most healthy beings is not going to let anything happen to the people that they care about in their space. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's not no, his truth, that's my truth or your truth. No, that's a fact. Anybody that I vibe with, that I let into my heart chakra, close enough to the point to where they're at arm's reach, because a lot of people got access to my heart. It's because I'm out here for the universe. But the ones who are close to me in my realm, I would ride till the wheels fell off for the beings that's close to me. I would jump out the window and put myself in numerous situations for the people closest to me. So understanding this on a physical level, right? Why would your angels not ride for you? Everybody want to be on demon time. But why wouldn't your angels ride for you? You know what I'm saying? If they say God is your father, why wouldn't your pops ride for you? Why wouldn't your pops have other relatives or other people that's a part of the chamber ride for theirs? That doesn't make sense to me. So when some of us who are warriors in this space and we speak on certain subjects, we aren't dove deep into those in ourselves personally. Once we're able to speak on it outwardly, we usually came to a great understanding of the whole experience altogether, meaning everything that created that recipe for me to feel that way or to have that outcome, you know, pertaining to a certain circumstance or situation. In my world that's connected to the natural law, in this reality that I'm in, I would always ride for mine. So I know that even if I look at natural law, you're not gonna go touch any baby ducks without the big ducks coming to get you. You're not gonna mess with any baby cub without the big bear coming to get you. You're not gonna mess with a whole lot of animals out here without the physical protection being there. So you gotta understand, like, there are a lot of us righteous warriors out here, you know, that's willing to go to war and to battle, you know what I mean? And I could say it with a smile because it's kind of like Some people may think about boxing and be like, oh, you're scared. They start thinking about taking blows, punches, hits, bruises, swelling, cuts. For me, when I think about boxing, because I've boxed, you know, I got the gloves on me, I process it more so as the adrenaline, the excitement, you know, counter punching, you know, all the offense that I would be able to put down on the opponent, because I know how great I am at defense. Now, not saying that nobody could beat me, but this is my perspective as far as like coming from natural law, how you carry yourself into positions so that way you can have the highest percentage of the best chances of you getting the outcome that you would like. But a lot of people out here feel as though like, oh, if you speak on certain things, if you do certain things, that mean that you aren't vibing at your highest frequency. No, we are not submissive over here. I don't know why people keep thinking that. Like, that's not how this goes down. We just figure out different ways in order to either relay a message back to Pops or the creator, however you want to word it, to that highest vibration. We figure out a way to relay that message back. Look, and 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, that energy already know what's happening with you. That vibration already knows what's going on with you. They be like, oh, nah, I know they ain't just did my little one like that. Or I know they ain't just do my peoples like that. And things start happening in the spiritual realm. A lot of people feel as though like you defending yourself is stooping down a lower level. You got to get the fuck out of my face with that, because I tell everyone around me to defend themselves. Any female that's ever been around me, I don't give a damn, it's for 5-10 minutes. If some kind of conversation come about protection, I always emphasize to females, keep a weapon on you. Keep a weapon on you at all times. Whatever you have access to, whatever you can access, you know, or have like a reach to another resource, keep it close by or keep it on you. You know, I don't care if it's a blade, a gun, pepper spray, any of these things, you know, any kind of upper hand leverage you can kind of keep to protect yourself, do it. I tell all of them. I'm not somebody who run around with ill intention, so if I see somebody with pepper spray, or even if I see a female with a gun on her hip, it's not going to offend me, it's not going to throw me off or turn me away the other way. I'm just like, oh, all right, they on point. It's a demonic society we in right now, so you have to be aware of all the tricks and manipulations that they use. You know, everything is going to be a counter to you being submissive, you not retaliating, you not defending yourself, you know, you not standing on your own 2 feet, you not holding your ground. You know what I mean? Like, I done held my ground behind closed doors so many times that it's light work doing it in front of the camera, you know? Because the thing is, whether I care about being exposed for my own self, because you put yourself out there for exposure when you do stuff like this. The thing is like in my world, if I've experienced it or done it, it's already exposed to the universe. So there is no hiding that vibration, you know? So like even some of the stuff that I did in my past that I wasn't proud of, there is no hiding that vibration. When people see me or read me, they could tell that, oh, this nigga look like he been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? But it looks as though like he's moving in a better light, or he's moving or vibrating, and however you word it and twist it, you know what I mean? But we don't get to these places of being able to manage these dark entities without knowing that realm extremely well, you know? It's like you could watch movies on people, like say like the weird movie 300. Exclude all the gay shit that they got going on with that movie, right? They got a group of men over here. There's one with this group of men over here. Their recipes are the same. Overcome the enemy. You know, but they both have a different route as far as what they're using. This one recipe is, oh, I'm gonna build my cake high. This one is like, oh, I want to build my cake wide. But they're still building cakes. You see what I'm saying? So that's our first one in the first 10 minutes. We Gucci today. That is like, that's the universe showing love. Because normally they be back to back soon as we start, you know what I mean? But like I was saying, the shortcut all of that, your angels is gonna ride for you. You know, if you have those thoughts of like somebody did you dirty and you feel like you have to respond, or like you need to retaliate, or you need to defend yourself, weigh the situation out. You have to weigh it. I'll never tell somebody, yeah, just do something every single time somebody does something to you. That's not knowledgeable and that's not wise. You have to weigh the situations out. So if the situation is like, okay, they overstepped and threw a lot of weight and bricks over one of your boundaries and it's like meshing with your principles and your morals. It's kind of putting you in a compromised position. That's when you are understanding that this is not a time to be submissive. If your morals and values is being compromised, that is a clear sign that hey, this is not a time for me to be submissive. You may not like confrontation, but a lot of people don't even like going to work. So at the end of the day, we gotta do shit we don't want to do. You know what I mean? But I say all that to say, like, let the warriors war. If you ain't no warrior, don't be getting in the warrior's way for fighting your battles and fighting other people's battles by saying stuff like, oh, well, if you was vibrating on a higher vibration, or if you at your highest vibration, then you wouldn't even be concerned with that. You wouldn't be giving that no energy. That's dumb as hell. It don't matter how high I vibrate. This tree is still going to be a tree. This bush is still going to be a bush. These are the people who live in delusion. A lion can vibe at its highest frequency and let another lion come in there playing around. They're not going to be like, yeah, I'm too good for this. I just conquered 3-4 lions. So he come over here, he should know not to mess with me. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. When it's your turn to bat, you got to swing. Nobody else is holding that bat for you. Nobody else can swing for you. You have to do the swinging. And that's just speaking as far as 3D example wise. But the overall bigger picture is your team is always riding with you. Your team is always vibing with you. Your team is always going to have your best interests at heart. If you with the demonic team, you already know it's the opposite. They're always going to have your worst intentions. So, but they already understand that. We speaking to the ones who vibing more righteously and trying to move on a more direct line. You know what I mean? But you have to weigh it. You know, if it doesn't tamper with your morals and values, so what if you don't swing or defend back? You know, because sometimes you just need to throw up a block. And I done seen people hurt themselves just by swinging at me and hitting a forearm, and they hurt themselves. You know what I mean? And if you ever fight with children, you'll understand, like, you don't even have to hit them back. You're not really getting aggressive and fighting little people back. You just like blocking and you letting them get into the motions in the field, but they're saying ow and they're hurting themselves because your vessel has already been like built tough since you done lived so long and you done been through enough shit. For the ones that have, you know what I mean? But don't let people pull you out of that space of thinking that, oh, well, you know, the angels, or, you know, when you're moving in the higher vibration, you know, you can't do these things. Get the fuck out of here. You got to go somewhere the fuck else in delusion and la la land with that. We understand that the demons, y'all know the demons, the ill intention motherfuckers. They took everything that was natural law and righteous and they flipped it. They didn't create anything new or different. So everything that they're doing and vibing on, it had a more righteous light and it was twisted. You know how you get into, or you watch movies and you see how they got them big doors that turn like in submarines and ships and shit. Like they got to keep twisting and twisting sewers. They got them big shits you got to keep twisting and turning until you get it open. That's what they did. They just took our sauce and our drip and they just been twisting it. So you have to be able to pull, okay, this is the true ingredients and this is what they're doing. Everybody want to be on demon time when the angel's going to ride for you. That's why we all understand, like, there is a certain kind of vibration that comes with justice seeking. You know, like, some of us, we cannot help but to seek justice. That's just innate. Just like some people cannot help but to heal and to like reach and help as many people as they can. Some of these things is just innate because of the team that we vibe with, the way our principles and our values are set up and how we choose to follow them. That's why we get so much love, because we choose to follow. We don't have to choose to follow that. We choose to. You know what I mean? But everybody want to be on demon time because they feel like once they put a little fight and a little warrior or a little something on it, they always think that, oh yeah, that's the demon side, or that's the, you know, the dark side, or the blah 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 side. Like, the angels got warriors too. Like, I don't know why y'all think like it would be this whole natural way of life out here, and then it's not showing a physical representation of the spiritual realm on how they protect and provide for each other. You done seen plenty of safari tribes where it looked like the baby elephant about to get got, and the big ass elephant turn around and start trying to go to work to get the rest of them up off the baby elephant. You know what I mean? So just being like aware, like, you ain't gotta be on no demon time to have that warrior spirit, or to justice seek, or to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Just make sure you weighing out the pros and cons, the situation and the circumstances, and making sure that if it doesn't like make you if it doesn't make you have to cross over some of your principles and morals and values, then that's usually a lightweight situation, which you don't have to. Sometimes we want to be petty and we will do it. Sometimes we won't and we'll step away. You know what I mean? But if it's challenging your principles, morals, and values, you're gonna have to stand solid. You know what I mean? Like, people say don't be fearful. It's always a little bit of fear in everything. What you have to do is you just have to become more disciplined in facing your fears. There's a little bit of fear on everything. So don't ever try to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to remove all the fear. You can try to, but you should be telling yourself, I want to face these fears head on when they start presenting themselves, because it's a little bit of fear attached to a lot of things. The unknown can be fearful. So you take that shit head on. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a head on person, look at it like how them cats be doing. They be looking at stuff and then they like put a paw out and then they'll like hit like a little juke around it to see if they want to go into that space or not. You can do one of them moves, you know what I'm saying? But you just got to be aware of what's actually happening and what's going on out here, you know? But I ain't want to run it up too long. Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.